What is up? Second channel, dudes. My first channel keeps asking what the link to this place is, and I am still hesitant, I suppose, to give it out. But I don't know. We'll see in time after another, I don't know, 5 months of uploads or whatever. Today, I wanted to talk about starting over. What it's like to go back to square one. I'm sure we've all done that, and sometimes I can already think of like maybe 5 or 6 situations where I was in to where it was a little weird for me to simply restart all the way. And it was a very harrowing experience, I'll say. If anybody's going through that, you probably know. I guess I've restarted enough times to where I know that it keeps going regardless, but it's still an absolute travesty. So if you guys didn't know, here's a little lore dump. Once upon a time, I was going to be an aerospace engineer before I was a YouTuber. And I was in an engineering academy for a high schooler. Now, if you guys have been watching the channel, you guys know who I am. You guys already know that in high school, I was a pretty bad person, we'll say. Scale of 1 to 10, I probably did like I did things that I probably can't ever talk about because I would not be able to function in society talking about them. So that happened. When I was 18, my senior year, I was arrested and kicked out. And that was a little unfortunate because it felt like I had just reached like the zenith of what I enjoyed doing, and I was having so much fun and having a blast, and I got kicked out for something honestly pretty unrelated. I mean, I guess I'll probably talk about it in another video, but something that essentially wasn't my fault. There are plenty of things I should have been kicked out for. That just really wasn't one of them. So I got kicked out. I essentially went to a juvenile detention school where I did end up graduating, and I still ended up going to the university that I went to, and I still went there for aerospace engineering. And while I was there, I didn't really pay too much attention in the honors engineering program I was in. I just played a bunch of League of Legends because I wanted to become a pro LoL player, or at least a streamer, and call it a day. Um, I ended up making a decent following for myself on Twitch, and I would stream every single day. I would boost, I would coach, I did anything I could to keep myself afloat. Me and my ex, we weren't rich by any stretch of the imagination, but you know the bills were paid, I suppose, and so that kept on happening. Then she ran into an issue with her student loans, so I ended up smothering with the little burgeoning streaming career I had. That was streaming League of Legends, probably the only thing I've like ever wanted to do so desperately in my life. I still look back at that and kind of shed a tear or two for for my past career. And I went to go work at like Taco Bell and basically like free threw my entire career out the wayside. Um, then coming into 2020, when quarantine happened, I was going to be a bartender, right? And as I'm applying to everything, I quit my job at Taco Bell, so I'm not getting unemployment. And I start applying to all the bars near me, and then everything closes from quarantine. At that point, then I start playing another game, which I'm not going to talk about here. I mean, I guess eventually somebody from my first channel is probably going to recognize me, but I start playing that game, and I become a YouTuber for that game. And I, to this day, am still a YouTuber for that game, and my main account does pretty well. I make like okay money. I'm not like rich or anything, but all of these skills that I got throughout my life, whether it came from the absolute dirt I used to do in high school and the charisma and people skills I got from that, to the technical like know-how I got from playing League of Legends as it transfers to other games, to the knowledge of like engineering and math and statistics that I got from my times in the engineering academy, or um, in university, or even my ability to survive in difficult places. You know, like when I was in the juvenile detention center, or juvenile. No, I don't want to dox the place, but it was a juvenile school basically, so it was not like juvie. Um, but even just being around like people who had been to like federal prison and stuff, all of these skills came together to basically make me like the YouTuber I am today. You know, I did not have all of these skills coming into it. So even though every hint of brightness and joy in my eyes was like destroyed repeatedly, um, you're still able to come out the other side. The skills that you build throughout your life and the experiences that you get don't necessarily change you as a person from the inside out. Doesn't necessarily mold your personality into some kind of new cookie cutter evolved man. For some people, they really do change. Um, some people don't. I'm still the same person I was. I'm just more equipped to deal with the world. Um, my biggest square one is probably with women. Whether pick an ex or pick a girl that I talk to, and then watching that explode in front of my eyes. Every single time you do that, to some extent, it's starting from square one, right? You have the infinite moment. You have the memories that you used to have. Um, you have the memories that you experienced, but still have. But you'll never be able to make those again with the same people. But to some extent, being able to go on and on and on is what changes us, what molds us, and what makes us more effective and more efficient. Um, your first relationship, you're going to be doing all sorts of really, really stupid stuff, whether or not you're in there for 1 year or 7 years. It doesn't matter. That experience is really going to help you out. Unless it's really abusive and then you end up getting BPD, then well, I suppose that wouldn't help you very much. You should probably get a therapist in that case. I should probably also get a therapist, but I'm not going to do that because I'm wildly irresponsible. Anyway, point of the video. This is a rather positive video, actually. I wasn't feeling very positive today, but point is, starting from the first square, there always is a square one, and the journey of a 1,000 miles begins with a single step. There is more out there. Every failure is just you building up to the next success. There are times when I've been too tired to build, times when I suppose we've all been too tired to build. Maybe it's not worth building sometimes. Maybe it is. Take it easy, guys. See you guys tomorrow. Maybe.